bakers, and welcome to Baking with Tabs. Today I'm going to be making with you guys carrot cake. So I can't wait to get started. Just a little extra tip before I forget, even though I will leave all of the ingredients and all of the items I use below in the description. If you do feel like you want a little bit more of that carroty taste or chunks of carrots, because this apparently comes with carrots and raisins, just go ahead and chop up some carrots and boil them in some water for about 6 to 7 minutes. Dry them out, and then you can add them to the mix right before they're right before you put them into the cupcake liners or into the cake pan, depending on what you're gonna make. So just a little tip. So let's get started. Back, hands washed. Cut the top of the cake mix, and again, we're making carrot cake. I'm actually making these carrot cupcakes. I always call it cake. I'm making carrot cupcakes for church again. Someone requested that I make some carrot cupcakes because they're just in love with them. They say they're so moist and they've never tasted any as good. Little do they know, right here, or if they're watching the video, then they'll find out. But yeah, I feel like I didn't explain enough about myself in the last video. I mean, I'm sure you guys are probably like overwhelmed with information about a stranger. But just because I really like to chit chat when I'm baking, before I get carried away, you're going to need 3/4 of a cup of water. I get it from my refrigerator, filtered, cool, not hot water. And I'm going to need sort of a cup of vegetable oil. So I did fail to mention that, I mean, I know I mentioned to you guys that I'm pregnant, but I did fail to mention that this is my first kid. So this is going to be very exciting. Definitely very exciting for my husband, I can say that much. Definitely exciting for me because if you saw my first video, you heard the little story about me thinking I had some type of bacteria or infection. That's not true. Also, put this over here. You're gonna need 3 large eggs. And again, crack it in a separate bowl, or you can crack it at on your clean countertop. And remember, the reason why you do that is to avoid any shells. Good tip though, if you do get any shells inside of any type of batter, even cookies, whatever you're making, use the eggshell to scoop it up. Because if you try to use a spoon or even your finger, even though it's disgusting, because guess what? I've done it before. But when I'm making myself cupcakes, obviously. If you try to use your finger, honestly, all it will do is get everywhere, and then you'll never be able to find out if there was eggs out there. You'll never be able to find it because it'll get deep in there. So use the eggshell, scoop it right in, call it a day. Not sure why it works, what's the science behind it, but it does work. So 3/4 cup of water, 3 large eggs, and 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil. Again, if you want to add more carrot to this, you can. If not, you don't need to. So like last time, we are going to put this, wow, I actually need my little whisks in there. We're going to put this on low, the very lowest settings you have possible. And again, hello baby. Lowest setting possible, unless you're using a fork, which is okay too. And make sure you get the sides. If not, that'll go up and get you. Also, wanted to give a little shout out to my baby in my tummy. I didn't mention to you guys in the first video that I'm having a baby boy, and we're going to name him Daniel Ishmael Quimby, obviously because of our last name Quimby. And while that's messing up, I'll just keep talking to you guys. So Daniel means God is my judge, and Ishmael means God promises, like, you know, he keeps his promises. So I just thought that that was really a great name to give our child, and of course my husband agreed with it, even though we were in between calling him Noah. But my husband's middle name is Daniel, and I think his father's middle name is Daniel too. So apart from the fact that I love the name Daniel, I love the meaning, I figured it would be cute, you know, to name my son Daniel, kind of keep Daniel going. And obviously Quimby follows or tags along too, because it's the last name. But yeah, so pretty excited about that, and that's why we named our son Daniel Ishmael Quimby. Although my husband does have a tough time saying Ishmael. Not sure why. I think he thinks it's because it can be easily confused with, instead of Ishmael with an H, with Ismael, I don't know, or Israel, I don't know. I'm like, boy, what? And then he's like, I'm going to name the baby Ish Ish as a nickname. I'm like, please, you guys, comment below and tell me if you think Ish Ish for a boy is a cute nickname. Now, I'm not talking about when he's 19, 18, but like, I don't know, the first 7, 8 years of his life. Would you appreciate being called Ish Ish if you have a simple name, Daniel? I need to know, because I got to prove him wrong. If he is wrong, because I'm not feeling that middle name or middle name nickname he's got going on there. But yes, so I already set the oven 350. Remember, cupcakes typically take 20 to 25 minutes. You know your oven. I know my oven. 20 minutes. I definitely learned from the first video. 20 minutes, not 25. I already lined and sprayed, as you can see, the little dark spots and splashes. Already sprayed with, you get, it has flour in it. The baking spray has flour in it. And remember, just go ahead and spray a little bit at the bottom just in case, a little bit at the top. And I'm just going to show you guys an example of what I mean by a little bit. That's it. And again, didn't shake it so it didn't spray out. 24 cupcakes is more or less what a box should make you. If you're not, it should make you a pretty normal size cake, about this big, depending on what you're going for. So again, I got 24 here. Lime sprayed. Oven is ready to go, because the cake should be ready to go. Or yeah, the batter should be ready to go. Just get that going a little bit higher. I got my tool to mix it with. Make sure you get the sides and the bottom, which I'm going to do now. The sides and the bottom tend to stick a lot, and then you end up with dusty cupcakes, which you don't want. Oh. Okay. My little spatula friend got stuck there for a second. Alright. That's enough. Let that kind of hang out there. Also, what I failed to mention in my first video, because I just feel like when I start talking, I kind of go on and on and on. And that's what would probably help for me to make an Instagram, Twitter, and maybe a Facebook page. Because I mean, I have, you know, my personal one that I don't even go on, but that much. But probably that, so I can go like live with you guys, and you guys can ask me questions, and there will be no problems. I actually think that'd be pretty fun. So comment below and let me know if you guys would like to see that. And of course, I'll be making much more than cupcakes. I figure cupcakes is always the basic and easiest thing to start off with. Honestly, I think it's easier than a cake, just because it's individualized. And you can kind of decorate it as you please. And per se, they can all be different. So I really need to keep this with me. Take these. My batter. The little chunks that you see there is because, remember, it's raisins and pieces of carrots. And I have my little, what I call cupcake scoop, ice cream scoop. And now I'm just going to scoop it in. And just like last time, remember, you don't want it to overflow. So just put about half of the batter into the cupcake liners. Scoosh it this way so you guys can see. So that it doesn't overflow. And remember, this is homemade, so it should be fun. It should look a little rustic looking. So it doesn't need to always be the cupcakes don't always need to be the exact size. But that's why you're using, hence, that's why we're using the ice cream scooper so that they're more or less the same size. But I say that because just in case if it doesn't end up being the same size, you don't have to like freak out. It'll be okay. Because honestly, it's better that you have the cupcakes cooked, you know, and ready to go than to not have any cupcakes to present at all when you promise somebody you're going to make cupcakes or whatever the occasion is. So, filling it up about halfway. And I guess I could take this time to tell you guys a little bit more about myself. Like I said, if things go well, then I'm going to go ahead and make a little Instagram page where I'll have pictures of what I did, because I know sometimes videos don't do the end result justice. And I really want, you know, more people to see kind of what it actually looks like, not just from a video. And probably also add like the ingredients on there and things like that. And like I said, maybe do a Facebook Live or two. I could do like a Facebook page. So then whenever you guys want to see a little bit more of me, I can always come on and do live and do something simple or chit chat with you guys. Any questions you had about my videos. And Twitter, because apparently lots of people go on Twitter and promote businesses, and they get a little bit more personal there with any of their subscribers for YouTube, tweeters, or whatever that's called for Twitter. And just so I can stay communicated with you guys if you guys have any questions. And like I said, I'm definitely open to sharing some of my life with you guys, just because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not really one that has a lot of friends. I will enjoy talking to people, going out with people, la-di-da, do, fun stuff and whatnot. But I feel like it's just been me and my husband for so long, and even after high school, I kind of just told myself I was going to do my own thing so that I can meet the goals that I told myself I needed/wanted to meet for myself. And I met them. And I even met my goal of, as weird as this might sound, of getting married by the time I was 22, which honestly was a goal for me in an odd way. It's not like I was searching like a creep, but I always told myself, that's what I wanted. And the Lord is always good, and I got it. So, not really one to have lots of friends, just because, like I said, I really took it to where I just wanted to dedicate a lot of my time to my husband, because he's like I said before, or like I'll probably say many times, no offense to him or anybody that is in service, that he's like never around. So I really just try to spend all of my time with him, because he's my priority, especially when he's home. So I'm just scooping the last bit out. Probably won't get 24 carrot cupcakes out of this, but I'll at least get 20, hopefully. No big deal. Same thing. Figured it wouldn't make that many just because this is a little bit of a thicker batter. So, like I was saying, I wouldn't have any friends, so honestly, I don't mind chit-chatting with you guys and actually sharing some of my life with wonderful people that I may or may not know, and giving a little bit of information about myself, because honestly, my husband and I are people that really keep our life pretty private. Not like we're out here doing much things that are fun anyways. It's either work or watching Hulu or Netflix or maybe the beach, church, family, your basic people stuff. We don't really go out and crazy. Well, I can't speak for him, but I mean, well, not anymore. But it's kind of always been that way. So I am a fun person, though. It sounds like I'm trying to like sell myself for well, let me say it better. Like advertise myself for friendship. Which, I mean, if the shoe fits, right? Oops, that could have been bad. Alright, so this is the last one. I'm just trying to get a last bit in there so that this one doesn't come out extra small. Let's see. And like I said, if you need to kind of work it to get it in there, work it. Do what you got to do to make these cupcakes look good, because in a sanitary manner, because they're your cupcakes, and honestly, you're trying to make them look beautiful. All right, cool, done. So I actually got, let me remove these liners. No big deal. Probably gonna make some more cupcakes later. So I actually got 20 cupcakes, which is much more than I expected, even though I know I said they make like 22 to 24. Clean that up. Throw that in the wash. So middle rack, remember you don't want it to burn, you want it to evenly cook, 20 to 25 minutes. My oven already at preheat, so I'm just gonna put this in there and then make sure I check the time. All right, so 4:15, I'll check. Don't forget, I'm not done with the video, but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, just in case if I forget to say it at the end. When the cupcakes are done, don't forget to let them cool for 15, maybe 20 minutes, just because these are a little bit denser. Just remove them from the pan, cupcake pan, put them on a cooling rack. Like I said last time, I used a pizza pan, not sure why, but I just do. And then we are going to frost them. I'm going to put a thin layer of white frosting on first. Then we're going to mix red and yellow to make orange frosting for carrot. And then I have the green food coloring that we're going to mix with the white just to have the green color to make a cute little carrot on top of the carrot cupcakes. Guys, the cupcakes are done. Beautiful. Cooled down to the touch. Of course, wash my hands. So now let's get ready to frost them. So I'll have here vanilla frosting. I know it looks pink, but it's because it comes with like pink unicorn. Cute, but not what we're using it for. So like I said in my last video, make sure you are getting in there and turning the frosting. It becomes a little bit smoother. It might look a little hard right now because I had it in the refrigerator. Because then after you mess with it for so long, it will get soft. And then it's gonna look a little melted when you put it into the bag and on the cupcake. So what I'm doing here is I'm just separating the frosting. Again, it looks a little thick right now. But I'm separating it because I need to make orange for the carrot that I'm going to make on top, and then green for obviously the little, it's not a leaf, the little green part on the carrot. I should call it a leaf, whatever. Let's do a little more for the orange one, which I'm going to mix in. I should have gotten my butter knife ready, but it's all good. I separated them. And then I get to actually show you guys today how to insert the piping tools and tips together, because there's 3 that need to go into the piping bag. Very easy to do, actually, even though sometimes I forget. Pretty easy to do. Okay, so I'm gonna move these a little bit over here. I'm not doing all of the cupcakes because I know you guys saw that I did 20 cupcakes, but I'm just gonna frost a couple, of course, because there's no need for me to frost them all. And after, I will take a picture to show the end result, because I feel like it does much more justice than than the video. So mix this white one around a little bit. The white one is going to be the first one that we're going to use, but I'm going to let it defrost a little bit and do its thing while I mix the colors. Hopefully it's not too difficult for me. Okay, so first I'm going to go with green. And this is the food coloring, of course, edible food coloring in green. And I'm looking for like a little, like a brightish, like a light, I guess you can call light green. So I only did 2 squirts this time. And I'm going to mix it in. And I'm going to see first what color comes out. And like in my last video, if you're not happy with it, you need to add more green. Start off with 1 squirt, add more green. If you're not happy, like it's too dark, add more white frosting if you have more white frosting. And you kind of go slow from there, because honestly, it can easily go from the color you like to the color you don't like if you aren't careful. I actually think this is a very nice, cartoony carrot green leaf color. Let's see. I think that's very pretty. Honestly, I could do 1 more, but I think that will look pretty nice against the orange color that I'm going to do. If I can achieve that bright orangey color that I'm looking for, then this would be nice with it. But let's do 1 more, just to show you guys the difference. Why not? Okay. 1 more. Mix it up. Maybe to just give it a little more of a brightness. Okay. Right decision in doing that. I definitely like this better. It's hard to tell in the video, but there was definitely a change in the green color. And I like it. Much more now. Okay. So I'm going to leave that alone for now. And now I'm going to mix red and yellow. Let's see how this goes, because I think I missed this day at school when we were going over primary colors. Because honestly, question mark with how this is going to go. And I'm going to do the yellow. I'm going to do too yellow. Probably should have, oops. Probably should have went with doing the yellow first because it looks more like an orangey color, even though it has a yellow cap. Uh-oh, let's see how this goes. Yeah. So far, it looks like I added too much red, but maybe I spoke too soon. No, I didn't. It's starting to look pink. I'm just going to add more yellow in a minute. Well, yellow that looks like orange, I should say, and I should have remembered to kind of let you guys know that when it says it's yellow, it's actually orange. Let's add 2 of the yellow in hopes that it will work with me. See how you just add the yellow and it's already orange and I barely even mixed anything? Like, advertising fail on their part. Just saying. But I think with another 2 drops, this will actually look orange. And again, I'm not trying to go for like this super unrealistic orange color anyways, because unrealistic. But if it can be a pretty orange color, we're 2 steps ahead. And like I said, I'm using a lot of these products that are already made, easy, done for you. Only because, wow, my arm's getting tired. Only because, and that's a pretty orange color. I like it for a carrot. Only because, like I said, I want this YouTube channel to be more about trying to make it easier for you guys, stay-at-home moms, dads, teenagers, younger people, older people, anybody that's trying to make easy, quick cupcakes without spending a lot of money, without wasting a lot of time. Because honestly, it takes about an hour from beginning to end, depending on how quick or slow you are with frosting and adding the colors and whatnot. So, I hope that you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Remember, I'm not trying to come across like some type of professional. Because like I said, my degree is in business and management, not in baking. Could have been, but it's not. I'm going to be a little bit salty about that for the rest of my life. Like I tell my husband all the time. I'm like, it could have been, but it's not. So now I kind of get stuck with the, I'm trying to do this. And I've learned from a lot of trial and error because I like to bake. And honestly, people like the things that I bake for them. It's too much. Start off this much. So start off with a little bit, you probably can see it right there. Start off with a little bit of white vanilla frosting. And again, if you guys think I'm being stingy with the frosting, it's only because of the crowd of people at my church, and I know that they're not big fans of frosting. So, whether they're paying you or not, it's important to meet your client's needs and desires. So, I try to make it to where it doesn't look super patchy and ugly, but to where it's pretty thin, to where they won't say, this has too much frosting, it's too sweet for my taste. At the end of the day, to each their own with how they eat their goodies. So, covered it a little bit. Like I said, not really worried about the edges too much. Of course, I would say that as I'm fixing it because it's bothering me. Just trying to get at least coated everywhere. Because then we're going to put carrot on top. Got a little more frosting, do my next one. And then I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys about the piping bag because I'm not going to spend all this time doing all these white tops here on the carrot cake when I know you guys want to see the end result. And this could take a little time for somebody, as myself, who would like to say I'm a perfectionist. But at times I am not, because I'm like, I don't care. It looks good, it tastes good, it looks good, and I'll just go back to it looks good, and we'll leave it like that. Okay. And again, a little cheap with the frosting because of how people like the frosting. Okay. So I did 2, and let me move this all over so I can show you guys how to do the piping tips. Okay, so we're gonna go with the first one, which is called a 10-4. Okay, so I don't know why I said 10-4. 104 Wilton piping tip. Wrong way. And I have the 2 pieces that you need for it. You can get these, like I said, in any craft store that sells baking items. So the first thing you're going to do is you're actually going to take this piece. I'm going to put it all the way at the end, well, as far as you can go in the bag. You're going to try to push it just a little bit. And then right about here, I'm going to cut in the center of before the ridges start. Maybe a little past that. Cut it. Into the plastic. Boom. This is actually where I want it instead. So that's where it's supposed to be. And then you're going to put the 10-4, like I called it, 104 tip on the top, like that. And then this is what has these little ridges for you to basically screw on there. Make it pretty tight. And then if you don't, then the tip is going to come off. And that's what it should look like. Oops. It's pretty neat because these new bags that I brought, I guess they Wilton updated it, has a max line on it. Let me show you on this. There's a max line, which the other one didn't have. But, well, it's always good to follow the max line, but sometimes, you know, when you know what you're doing and you're like not planning on taking forever, you just fill the sucker up and call it a day. Okay, so this one is for the carrots. So, oops, wow, epic. Okay. Take this, scoosh it over as much as you can. It would help if I had somebody here to help me do this, but then again, I am doing it a difficult way. And I'm going to push the frosting into the piping bag. And thankfully, it didn't fall. Again, didn't exactly do it the right way, but it got a lot of it in there quicker. Just gonna kind of do a little bit of the rest, because there's not much left in here. I'm gonna do it the right way with the knife. Like I said, realistically, it would benefit for you to use, this is the one that I use for the white frosting, to use one of those spatulas, like I call it, frosting spatulas, to do this, but again, trying to tailor to people's needs who don't have all the baking items, like famous pastry chefs do. You kind of work with what you got. So, working with what we got means butter knives. Alright, so now that I have all of the orange frosting in there, I'm going to pull it up. And then you're going to push it down as much as you can from the top without trying to get the frosting out at the bottom. And like I said in my other video, which I also forgot, you need to have a napkin handy because you're going to put the excess frosting that will keep it from looking nice. Oh, the orange color is great. You're going to put it on the napkin. And then you're going to twist. Push it down as much as you can. Twist at the top. And some people like to tuck this part in. Doesn't bother me. I mean, if I need to tuck it in, I'm going to tuck it in. If not, I don't. It's not a big deal. So then this tip realistically isn't technically made to make a carrot design, but I've done this before and it worked. So the way you're going to do it is obviously since I don't know why I turned the cupcake. You're going to have the thinner part, which is obviously right here, without touching that. The thinner part be essentially the tip of the carrot. So you're going to start slowly by pushing out so you can see it. And you're going to kind of work the tip there. And then you're going to do a nice little motion there. And let me just fix that part. Ta-da! So, okay. So far from the side, it doesn't really look like that. But after the frosting kind of sets in, it's going to sink in just a little bit. And after I had the green, you'll see that it looks like a carrot. And as you can already see, like it's kind of starting to set in. It's terrible with the lighting. But I'm going to wipe off, like I told y'all, some of the bottom. We're going to do it again. So let me move this over here. Try to get a little closer. Okay, try to do it in the center. I didn't even realize that I didn't really focus on the center too much. So you're going to squeeze out some of the orange frosting, get the tip started, and then you're going to go with wider motions depending on how big you want the carrot to be. Ta-da! Carrot's got its tip. Like I said, the little ridges that you see on there, oh, much better with the lighting like that. It'll kind of sink in because that's what the frosting does when it melts a little bit. So we got two beautiful carrots so far. Now we just need to do the finishing touches. And we're going to do, while that's doing that, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator because my hands already warmed it up. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you guys essentially how to do this part again, adding the tip with its two pieces. And this one is just a 16. Just a 16, and it kind of looks like a star. This one, I mean, you could, use other different types of piping tips. You just gotta get creative with it. I mean, if it works, it works. Honestly, I didn't think when I first did the carrots, the actual orange carrot part, that it was gonna work with that. It was, and I said, you know what? I'm not fighting it. I'm not fighting it. So again, you're going to kind of cut towards the end before it meets the ridges. You're going to move the plastic part out. You're going to pull as much as you can right there. Then you're going to grab the tip and, and you're going to put it on there. Then you're going to twist. Remember, that's why it has its ridges. You're going to twist it as tight as you can get it without breaking the bag. And this is what it's supposed to look like. Now we're going to tuck this in. Makes it easy to put our frosting in. And then our knife. And again, I know I didn't do much green frosting, but it's just because you're not doing much here for that. I don't know if I should try and, no, just do it the right way. You really got me a little nervous last time. And if you notice, I'm always using my thumb to kind of scrape the excess frosting. So you try to get it all in there, because then trying to clean up these little containers with the frosting is a pain. I mean, I could always use like throwaway bowls, plastic, whatever, non-reusable ones. But I have these little tiny containers and I don't really use them to store any food in because nobody needs to store something that kind of looks like avocado that small. Okay, same thing. Yeah. And I promise these videos will get a little bit more entertaining when I get used to the fact that I'm actually making videos. Maybe I'll have a joke for you guys, or maybe whenever my husband can jump in and join me. He is much more entertaining than me. That's why, in other words, I married him, because he's funny and he's much more of a fun person than I am. I'm usually pretty technical with things. I'm the realist and he's the dreamer. Although every now and then he's got a little bit of realist in him. Okay, so same thing, you push. The only reason why I'm looking into it is because you're pushing out to make sure that it's coming out pretty good, and you can see a little bit of the green coming out of the tip. And then again, people like to tuck in this part. I just twist it and I leave it open because it's not a big deal. So then you're just going to go ahead and you're just going to, I should probably do it in such a way where you guys can see it. There we go. But to where I can see it. And you're just going to make cute little 3 tips. Lighting, help me, hello. Cute little, wow, if I can get my angle right. 3 little tips. And like I said, pictures will definitely look much better than what I'm doing now. But you're just going to do that. Honestly, super cute. You're always trying to tuck away the little points. There we go. I don't know why that's so hard for me. And I could have made those bigger if I wanted to. Ta-da. It's not a big deal. But, like I said, it's not to where, and you could even have a 4th one if you want to have a 4th one. But I think it's cute if it just has 3. And the carrot is going to set in the frosting in a little while. Like I said, it just takes, depending on the weather, it takes a little bit. Right now it's cold in the house. So I'm going to take a picture with these later so you guys can see how cute they look. Super cute, super easy. Like I said, realistically, I would have put much more white frosting on so that you don't see that. Probably in the one that I take my time in, you'll be able to see it much better, but same thing. And maybe I'll just have one where I put on actual good amount of frosting so that you won't see this side of the cupcake that's not frosted, or where you won't see where it's so light. Again, tailoring to everybody's needs. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make carrot cupcakes with raisins in them, pieces of carrots in them, and of course, to give away what the cupcake is, making a carrot on top. If you guys like my video, please comment on what you'd like to see next, any questions you have, anything you think I should do different. I know I'm a little boring, but I'm trying to get a little bit better. Like, comment, subscribe,